So name of the subject we are going to study in this semester is Principle of Textile Manufacturing, and that is second part. So already you have studied first part of this subject in third semester, Principle of Textile Manufacturing first. And because you are textile chemistry students, so your focus area is related with chemistry part of textiles, and that is processing or finishing part for the textile materials, particularly at the stage of fabric, but sometimes at the stage of yarn or sometimes at the stage of fiber also. So, in third semester and fourth semester, this subject is included for a particular purpose so that you can have introductory idea or introductory knowledge of the manufacturing part of textile products, like from fiber, yarn, and yarn to fabric. And the manufacturing process, or the process in which fibers are converted into yarn, is known as spinning. And the process by which the yarns are converted into fabric, woven fabric, that is known as weaving. So basically, the fiber is converted into yarns with the help of spinning, and this yarn is converted into fabric, woven fabric, with the help of weaving. Spinning consists of different processes, or there are a sequence of processes are there to convert the fiber into yarn, that you have studied in first part of this subject, PTM first, in the last semester, third semester. I think you, if you remember, different processes are included in that. A sequence of machines or a sequence of processes is there, beginning from mixing, then blow room, after blow room, carding, after carding, drawing frame, draw frame, after draw frame, it is simplex or roving frame. Simplex is also known as roving frame. And after the simplex, ring frame. So with the help of these machines in a sequence, we are converting fiber into yarn by following intermediate steps and intermediate products. So in the beginning, we have fibers, which we are getting from ginning industries. The fibers we are extracting, we are getting from the natural sources, or we are producing in the industries, like natural fibers and man-made fibers that we have taken in textile fiber also. So either it is natural fibers or man-made fibers, all the fibers are coming in the form of bales. A particular weight of fiber is in a compact form is pressed and sent to the spinning industry. So these bales are opened, fibers are taken from these bales, and a particular mixing is done if mixing is required, because for mixing or blending, if we have to mix or blend two or more different fibers, we are going for mixing or blending. Then after mixing and blending, these fibers are fed into blow room, which is consisting of number of beaters and openers and cleaners. So the cleaning and opening of the fibers is taking place, because in the bale, they are in a compact form. So they are separated out, they are opened, and they are cleaned, means whatever the waste materials are included in that, they are cleaned. So this clean fiber from the blow room is fed to the carding, where again, separation up to the individual state of fibers is taking place. So fibers are separated into individual fibers with the help of carding machine. After carding machine, number of carded, and the product which we are getting from blow room is known as lap. So fibers in the lap form we are getting after blow room. The lap is converted into sliver form with the help of carding, and then number of these slivers are doubled. So doubling as well as drawing is taking place in the draw frame. And after the drawing frame, we are getting a homogeneous yarn, homogeneous sliver, and that sliver is fed into the simplex. And then this simplex is converting this sliver into roving, which is again a fine material, fine strand of material as compared to sliver. And then this roving is converted into a very fine thread that is known as yarn with the help of ring frame. So from the ring frame, we are getting a single yarn. After ring frame, whatever the machines we are using, that is known as post spinning machines, like this doubling machines, winding machines, all are the part of post spinning, where we are doubling the singles which we are getting from ring frame. So these ring bobbins are doubled, or we, according to the requirement, we are multiplying, or according to the, depending on the yarn, what we require, double ply, single ply, or triple ply. We are plying the yarn, we are doubling the yarn with the help of doublers, TFO, 2-for-1 twisters, and then it is wound onto the cones or cheeses. And the cones and cheeses are the final package on which the yarn is wound in the spinning, and that is transported to the weaving industry. Last मैंने schedule 45 minutes के लिए किया, why it is indicating that it is, we have only 6 minutes, 8 minutes. चलो कोई बात नहीं, अगर क्लास एंड होती है तो आप वापस रीजॉइन कर लें. We will continue the class at least for 30-40 minutes. So this yarn in the form of cones and cheeses are transported to the weaving industry. And in the weaving industry, again, we have a number of processes to convert this yarn into woven fabric. So this conversion of yarn into fabric is known as weaving, which consists of number of processes in a sequence, same as we are having number of processes in spinning department. So particularly in this subject, in this semester, we will emphasize, or we will learn about these different processes. With the help of these processes, we are converting this yarn which we are getting from spinning in the cone or cheese form into the fabric form. So before the weaving, the yarn is packed in the form of cones and cheeses in the spinning, and it is transported to the weaving industry. Now in weaving industry, different type of machines are there. So the main machine of weaving, which is converting yarn into fabric, or where on which machine the fabric formation is done, that is known as weaving machine or loom. So almost all of you have already heard about loom, because in Bhilwara we have number of weaving industries, and they are having number of looms or number of weaving machines, maybe shuttle looms or maybe shuttle-less looms. So there are two categories of looms. In first category, we are using shuttle as the weft carrier. That's why they are known as shuttle looms. And the modern looms are not using shuttle. They are using different weft insertion methods. And depending on that, we have known this shuttle-less looms, or they are known as non-conventional looms. Shuttle looms are known as conventional looms, यानी कि पुराने looms. और जो shuttle-less हैं, they are non-conventional, means they are modern looms, modern technology. In that, we have replaced the shuttle with some other devices, some other weft insertion methods. Like if we use projectile, then that is known as projectile weaving machine. If we are using rapiers, it is known as rapier weaving machines. Or instead of this shuttle, we are using jet of water or jet of air also to insert the weft from through the warp, and that is known as jet weaving machine, air jet weaving machine, and water jet weaving machines. So in this subject, we will learn about the basic concepts of weaving and basic concepts of weaving preparatory machines. Because directly the yarn which we are getting from spinning in the cone or cheese form is directly cannot be used for on the loom. Before loom, we have to convert them into required packages. And those, to convert them into required packages, we have different processes or different machines before weaving, and that machines or those processes are known as weaving preparatory machines or weaving preparatory processes. So by sequence of a number of machines or number of processes in a sequence, we are converting these cones or cheeses, the yarn in the cone or cheese form, into required packages, and that processes are known as weaving preparatory. So the weaving industry consists of basically two departments. One is weaving preparatory department. Weaving, from the name it is clear, we are preparing for weaving. That's why it is known as weaving preparation or weaving preparatory departments. And after weaving preparatory, we move in the weaving department, which consists of looms of different manufacturers or of different types, different categories, like shuttle looms or shuttle lace looms. In the shuttle lace looms, different categories, as I have mentioned just before. So we will try to cover the topics in a sequence, and your syllabus is a very wide syllabus because throughout the 4-year course, you are going to study the weaving part only in this semester. Just like spinning part, you have has been taken in only one semester and different machines. So a brief introduction of different spinning machines were taught in that subject. Similarly, different machines and different processes of weaving will be taught here. You will learn different processes of weaving or weaving preparatory in brief in this subject. And simultaneously, we will take also a little bit introduction about the design part, weave part, that is known as fabric structure part, because that is more important for chemistry students to know about the fabric parameters and to know about the design or weave, because the parameters of finishing and parameters of processing mainly depending on these parameters or on the weave. So I think class is going to be end. So after the end of the class, again you have to join the class. I don't know why it has happened, because I have scheduled the class for 45 minutes and I think we have taken only 15 minutes. So maybe some technical problem. It is showing less time. Still we have 2.41 minutes. So we are going to cover your total syllabus is divided into 5 units. First unit consists of weaving preparation. Weaving preparation, as I cleared you, that weaving preparation consists of processes which are required before actual weaving. And so in this unit, we are going to cover objects and basic principles of different processes like winding, warping, drawing in, and sizing. So here we will study about winding machine, warping machine, drawing in machines, and sizing machines, the basic principle of these machines and objects of these machines. Then in the second unit, we will cover basic concepts related with weaving mechanism. Particularly in this topic, we will cover basic primary motions of loom, basic motions of loom. In third unit, we will cover secondary motions and some auxiliary secondary motions and some of the a little bit introduction about the non-conventional looms. In the fourth unit, we will cover fabric defects, which is going to influence the quality of the fabric. So some of the basic defects or important defects we will cover in the fourth unit. Here also we will take brief introduction about the set theory. Set theory means how we decide the ends and picks per inch in the fabric. We will take some examples of standard woven fabrics. Then we will take a very important part for you students, that is calculations related with weight of fabric, how we calculate the weight of fabric. And this is very important for TC students because your parameters of finishing and processing depends on weight of the fabric. And also we will study about calculation about the production of loom. The last unit is, fifth unit is for fabric structure part, that is designing part. So in this we will study different basic weaves like plain weave, twill weave, satin weave, satin weave. So in this way we have divided the whole syllabus into 5 units. First unit is for weaving preparatory, last unit for fabric structure, second and third unit for weaving mechanisms, and fourth unit for general topics like fabric defects or like calculations related with the production of loom and weight of the fabric. So in this way, we will try to cover this whole syllabus